you have to do to survive. And, all I wanted to do was play ball. So that's what I knew I had to do. So I did it. And after a while, going through it, you grow through what you grow through what you go through. So after a while, it just becomes normal.
Yeah. I'm sure that, I can only imagine the type of the situation that was happening at the time. Even to the fact of my oldest nephew, who's actually 20 years old too, when he was first born, he had a form of GERD, and he was, doing the same thing. And it was horrible for the first couple months because obviously nutritional dietary needs and all this other stuff. So, but is there like some kind of new legislation that's making a difference for others in this type of situation?
Yes. Last year we were very successful. June 12th of 2019, Governor Ron DeSantis signed into legislation a piece of a bill that would allow families who are on the state of Florida insurance to have their elemental formula covered by insurance. Currently, it is not covered. It's because it's considered a food, and so our insurance companies will not cover food items or supplement items. And so we're still working on legislation federally. As a matter of fact, this week is National Eosinophil Awareness Week, which was designated by Congress. And currently, yesterday was our act for Capitol Hill on the Medical Nutrition Equity Act. And that's currently bill number HR 2501. And that is a piece of legislation that we're working on federally to where elemental formula for a food source that people must have for survival, we're requiring that it be covered by medical insurance, just like medicines are covered. We have there are many medicines that are covered that shouldn't be covered. But, in this respect, this is something that helps patients thrive and survive. And so we're currently working on the Medical Nutrition Equity Act. But, yes, for the state of Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis did sign a piece of legislation on June 12th of last year. And so we still have much more work to do on the state level as well as the federal level.
Okay, that's really good, because obviously we know that there are always some things that need to be adjusted where they have to be, because, it's like, as you mentioned in your answer, some things are covered, some things aren't. And you're just like, well, yeah, how does one accomplish this if you can't, adjust? But
right.
So both of you can take your time answering, doesn't matter. But how do you hope to inspire others with this book?
Are you talking to
I'll go ahead and answer. I think the biggest part for us is we, as a family, just have this philosophy, and that we're not put on this earth to take. We're put on this earth to give and to help others. And so if we can make the path easier for those that follow, then we will gladly take the journey ahead of them. And so we feel like, with Remington being kind of like in the spotlight with this disease, because we have been ever since we became involved with APFED, which is the American Partnership for Eosinophilic Disorders. We just feel like because of that advocacy, we've been kind of put into that spotlight where people are looking to us to kind of help make things better. And so it also helps heal you when you're hurting, because you realize that, that your family is struggling with something that's incredibly difficult. It helps to heal you when you give back to others along the way. And then I'll let Rem answer.
Good, Remington. Anything to add to that? Remington, you still there?
I mean, yeah.
Just make sure.
Basically, our biggest mission with the book is just to inspire everybody to know, or anybody going through something, that no matter how bad it is, you can get through it. We've done it. There are tons of other people that have done it, and just taking help wherever you can get it is the best thing to do.
Good. So both of you, not at the same time, obviously, I'll give each one a turn, but what would you tell someone that's going through these tough times? What kind of inspiring message would you tell them? So Remington or Stephanie, you want to go first?
Okay. Yes, the inspiring message that I want to give people is just to continue to persevere. I mean, a piece of scripture that comes to mind is Romans 5:3, and it's just telling us that we're going to go through tough times, but that we have to understand and realize that suffering produces perseverance. And so, what our struggle is now is making us stronger for something that's in the future.
Nice. Do you want to add to that, Remington?
I mean, that was the biggest thing I have is, try your best to stay disciplined. Whatever you know you have to do, just take it one day at a time and try to do it. Like for my case, it was drinking the number of shakes I had to drink and not eating food, not trying to sneak food, and I just take it one day at a time and just fight each day like it's a new battle. And then the biggest thing is also, admire your small wins. Because those small wins are the ones that add up to the big wins.
Awesome. So if you don't mind me asking, how many shakes do you have to take in a day in a scenario? Because obviously from a child's perspective, like a childhood, adolescent age to like a teenager to a young adult, has it increased or is it the same? I don't know.
Well,
when I was younger.
Go ahead, son.
When I was younger, I had to drink anywhere from 4 to 6, and now I drink about 20.
Okay, 4 to 6, and now you're up to 20. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's a lot to intake, but and you gotta do what you gotta do. So I guess the other question I have is HOMEPLATE. Where can people either buy this book, pick up this book? How can they get such an inspiring book to learn more about this whole experience?
Well, the easiest place to get it is on Amazon.com. They can just type in HOMEPLATE, or they can just Google Remington's name, and you'll just see the outlets. We also have it at Now Press, which is our publishing company, and it's on every bookseller platform. So whatever platform they use to purchase their books normally, we sell our book there. It's HOMEPLATE, #HOMEPLATE. So hopefully they can pick up a copy and read it, and we would just appreciate their support immensely. And we also have it on our nonprofit organization as well, appfed.org.
Nice. So with that, I know we're kind of ahead of schedule here, but I always like to have a little bit of leeway time to give my listeners a chance to find out, I know you had mentioned how to get the book and all this other stuff, but if they had to get, let's just say someone's going through the same experience as you had dealt with, is there any type of support group? Is there any type of connection that someone can contact and say, hey, I have questions about this type of disease, and how does one, formulate this? Because obviously you figured it out with the help of many people and support groups, but there might be other people that are not, just starting. So who knows?
Absolutely. And there's two places they're going to be quite resourceful. The first one is the nonprofit. It's AppFed, A, P as in Paul, F as in Frank, E as in Edward, D as in David, .org. It stands for American Partnership for Eosinophilic Disorders. They have a plethora of information, from doctors to just making contact. And if anyone is interested in reaching out to us, they are welcome to email AppFed and just say, we heard about Remington's story, and they will forward the emails directly to us. And then another platform is Neokate, who is the maker of the formula that Remington drinks. And they also have a plethora of information on their website that caters to all different types of disorders, not just eosinophilic disorders, which Remington has, but it caters to all types of allergies and questions. And then they have nutritionists that you can contact. And so those are the two biggest platforms. But like, again, if people want to directly reach out to Remington, he also has a Facebook page, Remington Walls Facebook, and you'll see a picture of him with the German Shepherd. They are welcome to leave messages there, as well as email specific information to apfed.org, and we'll get the information and try to respond to them in a timely manner.
Awesome. That's great. Do you want to add anything to that, Remington, or do you have any inspirational quotes or anything else?
No, I mean, everything she said is everything I was going to say again. All those AppFed is probably the best thing if anybody's looking for help, or if anyone wants more information on anything, AppFed is the best thing to go.
That's great. So other than that, I want to thank you both for being on my show, Socially Joe, and sharing this information and, almost in a way exposing a different side of your life that, most people probably didn't know or didn't even know this type of thing existed. But obviously, as we know, that as life goes on, people develop certain allergies, certain immunities, certain everything, that our bodies are constantly changing. So thank you again for being on my show. And Remington, when you become when you go into the nationals and the pros for baseball, I love baseball, just tell me what team you're on, I'll watch you.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Man, we appreciate it.
Not a problem.
Yes, thank you very much. We appreciate this time just to share our story and hopefully inspire others.
Not a problem. Well, you have a great day.